Welcome to Two Lifestyles, Living Life After Abuse. My name is Latoya Conway, and I'm your host. And today we've talked a little bit about emotional abuse, but I want you to know that sometimes emotional abuse stunts you from moving forward. It will not allow you to be the woman that you've always known yourself to be. It will not allow you to be the man, the father, the son that you've always known yourself to be. Sometimes emotional abuse starts in the home with our parents. When you have parents that are saying derogatory things to the kids like you're stupid, you're worthless, you'll never have good grades, won't you be more like your sister or more like your brother, or your brother did better than you, those things can cause our children to start their life with emotional abuse, because now they're starting to feel within themselves that they're not good enough, that they're not worthy enough. And I can tell you exactly that I'm feeling a response of that. My mother went through a lot, and I looked a lot like my dad. So I spent a lot of times being rejected from my mother because, get away from me, you look just like your dad. There's no hesitation to share my experience with you, and that's why this page is available. But I want to do it within respect and honor to my mother and my family members who some of their stories may be talked about. And I don't want to really talk about what they did to me. I want to talk about my process of what I went through. Because today I'm not a victim, I'm not in pain, I'm not hurting, and I'm not suffering. As a grown, adult, mature woman, I've taken the necessary steps to get my life on the right path so I can come back and give to you on a platform like this. So we're going to talk a lot about what emotional abuse looks like. It looks like not feeling good about who you are. It looks like not allowing people to help you. It looks like getting in relationships too soon. Have you ever seen a person, they was so fine, like, oh my God, he or she looks so good, I'm going to marry them. And all you seeing is lust. All you see is the exterior. But once you get to know them, you decide this is not really what I want. Because there's no compatibility. We're not compatible as a couple. We can't make this relationship work. But because of the emotional abuse that we've experienced as a child, as soon as somebody show us attention, we think that's the one for us. And the truth of it is when you're getting in a relationship, you have to know what you want. You have to know who you want. But first and foremost, you have to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you're going to choose people that are not good for you just because they look good, they smell good, or they got something that you may want. And I have to tell you, that form of emotional abuse causes us to feel so empty that we latch on to somebody else who has what we think we need. So what I need for you to do is to do a little bit of soul searching and realize and recognize your own worth. Without your woman, without your man, recognize your own worth. What do you love about you? What do you like about you? What are you willing to change about you? Why do I feel that I'm unlovable? Why do I feel like I can't be a great friend? Those are some conversations that you have to have within yourself in order to get over some of the things that you've experienced in your life. Because that emotion will cause you to do anything for anyone at any time, just to be liked and just to be loved. After all the emotional abuse you experience, sometimes it takes time to have trust. Your perceptions of other people sometimes is not right. You know, you're learning how to listen to your gut. Your gut tells you how people treat you, how you may feel, and sometimes it's not perfect. Yet, you're looking for a good, responsible, healthy relationship. And you're looking forward to testing it out. You're looking forward to realizing, can I be with this man or can I be with this woman? Do they like me? Am I dressed right? Am I good enough? Do I have enough money? Do I have enough education? And my ask to you is take the time to look at who you are as a person. And realize, what are you looking for in another person? What does your guy pie or your girl pie look like? You know, there's 12 facets of a woman that we all, or a man. An individual has 12 facets. The first facet is a spiritual facet. Do you want a person that has a relationship with God? Or do you just want a person that just lives? Just live. Your choice. Do you? Second facet is work ethics. Do you want a person to have a job? Do you want an entrepreneur? You want a person to have a job, work 9 to 5, they got benefits, insurance? Or do you want a person that's an entrepreneur that's going to make it happen no matter what? You have to know what your work preference is, but you also have to bring something to the table. Are you a type of person are you a stay-home type of parent? Are you going to be the other one that's going to bring the other side of the sandwich? Because you both got to break bread and then you got to come together as a team. Are you that type of person? What are you looking for in your relationship? What is this person's social life like? Are they drinking, acting out, having, at bars, at clubs, fighting? Or is this person's social life, we're going to spend time with our children, we do this together, we have dinner together. Even if you have dinner one day a week together, find that one day to be that mother or that father to that child at that dinner table, right? What is that person's social life like? What is that person's family? Let's talk about family, because not only the person you have in a relationship with, what is their relationship with their family members? Are they close with their mother or their father? And sometimes mom and father may not be in their life, but do they have a parental person that they respect? And if they do, how do they interact with them? That tells you a lot about a person on how they interact with their mom, their father, or whoever their positive male and female role model is in their life. As well as financial. Do you want, now we talked about work. Work is different from financial, although they can both be linked. Do you want a person, financial, do you want a person to have all this debt, right? Because to be a financial secure person means you don't have debt. You have decent credit. You don't owe all of these people all your money and then we can't live because we're paying all of this money. How are you financially secure? And you don't have to have a lot of money to be financially secure, but are you responsible and a good steward over the little bit that you have? Do this person have ambition in regards to financial? Are you willing to save? So here's the thing. People don't care how much money you make, but people want to know how much you save. So are you willing to, instead of eating out every single day, save that $10 and have $10 in your bank? So if you save $10 every day from eating out, then you storing that in your bank for a rainy day. People of today, they don't think about rainy days. They just gonna eat and live today. And I understand based on the work that you do. So we covered the financial piece. So housing. Do you want your partner to want to own a home, rent a home, travel, and we live in the streets? What is it that you're looking for? It's just like making a pie. If you make a pie and you have the ingredients, a pie is a pie, right? But if you don't have the appropriate ingredients in that pie, it's not going to rise. It's not going to have this taste. You're going to miss that taste. It might be flat. It might not be juicy. It might be overcooked. So when you're thinking about a person that you're looking forward to having a relationship with, these are some of the things that you really need to know about them, those 12 facets. Of what is this person gonna be like, and how we gonna look when we come together overall. So the financial aspect is, do you have a person that's an investor? Because sometimes when you think of a person financial, sometimes they're a financial person. They have that financial mindset. They're investing. Well, guess what? There was so many people that lost their money when the market crashed because every egg that they had was in that financial investment department, and they lost so much overall for their families. And yet we're looking forward to looking for a person. So you got to know what you want. Do you want a big risk taker, right? In regards, you got a person with financial, are they playing a lottery every week? If they playing a lottery every week, the chances are is 1 or something billion that you'll win. So that means every single week or every single day, all of your money is going down the drain with the hopes of and the vision of we're going to win the lottery. That's an issue. That's an issue for me. I don't want to play the lottery at all but I'll never win if I don't play. So I let my husband spend his little dollars, go to there. I get his ticket, celebrate him. But me to get a ticket, I'd rather use my money on something I can have. So let's talk about legal. Now you get in a relationship with this person who has a legal background. It can be a criminal background. It can be child support background. And let me let you know, this is not tailored to men, because women pay child support as well. So when you listen to this video, understand that, ladies, you have to pay child support as well. Not just the dads. Mom, it depends on who has the child. The opposite person has to provide as well. So this is targeted for everybody. Are you wanting to marry a woman who owed major amount of money for child support? I mean, be realistic. Or some old tickets from a long time ago. Is this person clearing up the wreckage of their past? So you get in these relationships with these people and you don't really recognize what their characteristics are. Or even moreover, you don't even know what you want out of a person. And if you don't know what you're seeking, you'll fall for anything. It's like the first good thing that come your way, you okay with that. But you have to be able to identify what it is that you're seeking and what you're looking for in order to get it. Okay? So that legal. Another part of legal is there a custody battle between the exes, right? Your ex could be arguing with the courts, and then you're caught up in that. Is that something you really want to do at this point in time in your life? I'm not saying that you don't, but chances are, if you're over 21 years old, you're going to get in a relationship with a person who have children, and the chances are they could be going back and forth battling for custody of the children or even financial custody. Okay? So let's talk about, we talked about housing. Do you want to buy a house? Very important. Some people just want to live on the road. Some people even choose to live in the middle of the desert. Now, right now, economy is rough, and there's a lot of homeless people out there, and God bless their souls. But I have to say this. At this point in my life, I don't want to shack up inside of an RV with all my kids. I just choose not to. And if I'm getting in a relationship with a person, I need to know where his housing mind is. Is he the kind of person that's always living, or is she the kind of person that's always living with family members? Because I know a lot of young girls today and age, they got one kid, they go from house to house to house with their one kid. Where is your independent? There's something that's called affordable housing and then low income housing. Different thing. Affordable housing, you need to have 3 times your rent, but it's kind of affordable. Not so real. Then there's low income housing. The low income housing is 30% of your budget. And it's okay. Even if it's Section 8. Get whatever you can get to get your own to get established. And then later on, if you choose to move beyond that, that's okay. But you don't get to not to have your own as an adult. You got to fight towards your own independence for you and your children, because you want to teach them something. And definitely you don't want to move in with your woman and her mother and all of her sisters and brothers in her house, or vice versa. You don't want to move in with your boyfriend and he living at home with mom. That's not responsible. That's not productive. You guys have to have that sense of independence if you want to be a couple. Mental. So let's talk about your mental well-being. So I talked about emotional abuse, and that's the conversation that we're having. However, if you've been through a lot in your life, sometimes you're diagnosed with PTSD, and sometimes you need to get medication to be okay. If you need medication to balance you out, it's okay. Take the medication if that's what you need and that's what you're willing to do. It's not a bad thing, because you make an effort toward to be stable. Now, what's unacceptable is if you're living an unhealthy, unresponsible life because you're imbalanced and you're all over the place, which happens a lot with bipolar depression or schizophrenic. And it's a lot of people that have those 2 diagnoses, and they're living dysfunctionally because they don't want to take medicine, because so many judgmental people are out there, and who wants to be judged, right? So some of it is situational, which means something happened in your life, and now because of it, you are going through so much. Fine. My son died. It was horrific. Sometimes I think about him. Sometimes I miss him. Actually, I have 2 sons that died. Sometimes it overwhelms me. And then sometimes I get overwhelmed with joy, because neither one of them are in pain anymore. And I feel like I have a better relationship with them now that they're in heaven. They're my angel babies. So, but for some people to talk about their son or daughter that passed, or mother or father that passed, takes them over the edge. I've learned how to process it in a way that I can still function and help other people. But within me, I miss my children, I miss my dad, and I love them. That would qualify for mental health if you don't work through it, right? So, physical. Now this is the one that you lose your man or your wife behind. So you get in a relationship with somebody that you love them so much, and at this point, his body is appealing, your body is appealing, you guys are looking at each other, you vibing, I see you, come on honey, I want you. And then 10 years come down the line and you're like, okay, so he's not looking so attractive anymore. And so don't fall in love with a person's physical appearance. You fall in love with their minds. And let me tell you why. If you are so physically attracted, and you want to be physically attracted, so don't misinterpret what I'm saying. You want to be physically attracted with your partner. But if you stay with a person long enough, especially as a woman, you stay with a person long enough, her body will change. The shape will change. And I'm the first to say, being young, I had an hourglass. Probably a few years ago, I had 2 hours, and now I'm at an hour and a half. But I'm doing a lot of work to get there. So your body changes. And not only that, when you're in a relationship with a person and you love them, you want them to challenge your mind and not so much physical. Because when you get up in age, the things that's physical, and I mean in physical meaning intimacy and sex, that stuff goes away after a while. By the time you're 80 years old and you've been together with your man for a long time, you're not thinking about sex. You, oh, my bones hurt, your bones hurt. You want to be in a relationship with a person in their mind. And love them for how they treat you and what they do for you, and not so much what they can give you. Because stay in a committed relationship long enough, you'll see everything will begin to change. Your stomach getting popped, your legs starting to jiggle with cellulite. I mean, so much changes. And so you got to be in a relationship with someone that can challenge your mind and not so much attached to their physical appearance, because that will change with time and gravity. Those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you about relationships and emotional abuse. Know what you're looking for in a partner and recognize that you got to love them for so much beyond of just what you see. I mean, that's the first thing you look for. I know when I was younger, I'm looking for Jerry curls and nice shoes. If you didn't have no nice shoes, you can't even talk to me, you can't wash your shoes. And I learned later on, because I have a husband, I'm the one that have to throw his shoes in the washing machine because he don't care about them. He'll just wear them and wear them and wear them. So I definitely get that. And so know who you are so you can know what you want. My name is Latoya Conway Hampton. I'm your host. Thank you for tuning in. I recognize you have so many places to tune into. The internet is busy. It's so much you can tune into, but you took the time to come and join us as we share living life after abuse. Thank you so much. I'm Latoya Conway Hampton, and I'm your host.